Hey, welcome back to the channel. This is Toe2 Bravo. Glad you can make it if you're here. We have an unboxing video today. We haven't done many of these, but I just thought we'd do one today. Felt like the right thing to do. It's cold outside. So let's see what we got. So this in the box is a Yugo M-48 Mauser. And I've been waiting a long time to get one. I almost thought I waited too long, but I was able to secure this Yugo M-48 for $535, quite a bit more than what they were years ago, but I think that is a very fair price for a rifle that is supposed to be in very good condition. So I did briefly look at the rifle at the FFL. So full disclosure there, but I did pack it up to obviously bring it home. So we'll take you guys along for the ride here. Let's move this out of the way. Let's flip our box. It was packed just like I'm showing you here. Get rid of our bubbles. And I'll take her out so you guys can take a look at her. Get rid of this box. All right, so this is our used Yugo M-48. Let's get you in a little closer. Bear with me one moment. All right, so here is our Yugo M-48. We'll do a drive-by for you guys, starting at the butt end of the rifle on the left side of the rifle. 18859 looks to be the serial number. The wood looks to be in very good condition. Very nice. I will insert photos as we talk of pertinent items on the rifle. Once we do the drive-by, let's flip her over. The opposite side, starting at the butt. There's several different markings on the stock of the rifle itself. You can see there that the stock looks to be in really good condition. We'll bring it across the top now. Very nice. Very nice crest right there. Yugo crest. I keep hitting the tripod. I apologize. Let's flip the rifle over, and we'll talk about it a little bit here. All right. So, like I said, I've been wanting a Yugo M-48 for some time now. And I was fortunate enough. I'll tell you a little story about how I came to get this. So I've wanted one of these for a very long time, like I said in the introduction. And how I came upon this one was, you know, I've been looking around, kicking myself in the butt ever since Atlantic Firearms had those M-48s come in that were Yugo Police Depot trade-ins that they had. I think it was like 7 months ago. I think they were $5.99 if I'm not mistaken, give or take. But I didn't jump on that opportunity, and I've been kicking myself in the butt ever since. And I went on Gunbroker. Yeah, that's where I got this, was on Gunbroker. And just did a quick search, and then I selected auctions ending within 24 hours. And this popped up at the front of the feed. I think it was a minute and something left on the auction. The going price at the time was $525, and it was necessary for me to bid $535 at the time in order to get my minimum bid in. And then they give you the courtesy, I don't know what it is, excuse me, they give you that courtesy block of time once you bid there at the end. And that expired, and I won the auction. I was very happy. The rifle is in very good condition. It does have some flaws, and I'll point one of those out right now. As you can see, You can see right here at the barrel band, there's a little bit of wood missing here and here, like someone had a difficult time maybe taking it apart. It does seat here, but doesn't seat all the way. I've got to sort that out because I got a little bit of play right here. I think I need to move this spring assembly here, the spring bar. I think I need to move this spring bar just forward a touch, and I think we'll get lockup at that point right here. We're not sliding right now. It does catch, so but there's a little bit of wood there that's missing. Some scratches right here. Does have an import mark down here at the bottom of the barrel. The upper handguard doesn't have the best fitment. As you can see right here, there's a little space. You flip it, and we've got good fitment here. But if you look at the sight, everything is seated the way it should be. So I don't see any play there. It is the upper handguard is very tight. That's not a deal breaker. You know, that's just fine. The remainder of the wood is in really, really, really good condition. I don't see any other flaws on this. Gouges or scratches or marks. It seems to be in otherwise really good condition. Used condition, but very good condition. The serial number, like I said, is the 18859, like we saw in the beginning. And I'll insert some photos here as I am speaking. All right, so we had the 18859 on the stock. As you guys can see right here, we have the 18859 on the receiver. On the bolt action, on the bolt, we have the 18859, and I'll insert some photos as we go also. Just makes it easier. So the bolt matches the receiver matches the stock. The magazine assembly or plate down here does not match the rest of the rifle. That looks like a 3357. What we'll do, and we won't do it here on camera because of you know, the new guidelines that are out. We don't want to get ourselves into a... What we'll do off camera is I will go ahead and disassemble this rifle, and one of the things that we'll validate is that the 18859 matches the barrel. That should be somewhere in this area right. That should be somewhere right in this area here underneath this wooden handguard. Another thing that we're going to look for in the event that you guys didn't know is if you take your M-48 bolt, open it up, and look right here. You'll see another grouping of numbers. It looks like 4501 right here. These numbers should match. There should be another set of numbers besides the serial number down here below the wood line and over here below the wood line, and we'll disassemble this rifle and check. Those aren't serial numbers. This number over here, the number that's hidden here, and the number that should correspond on the barrel. Those aren't serial numbers. What those are is when the rifle was manufactured and everything was fitted for the first time. The barrel to the receiver, the bolt married up to the receiver, and everything gauged and timed, and everything is squared away before it's blued. These are the assembly numbers that match up all the pieces. So when it comes back from bluing and some of the finishing work, those folks knew which parts went to which rifle. That'll tell you that these are all original parts for this rifle. Nothing was refurbed. If you've ever wondered what those numbers were on the bottom of the M48, that is what it is. Top of the receiver there, you'll see it straight in the photo we're looking on here. But we have a really nice Yugo crest there, and you can see it says M-48 right there. Really nice crest there. Everything's nice and sharp and crisp. Looks really good. I really enjoy the crests on the receivers. Kind of geeky like that. So we have the M-48 here. Now, keep in mind that there were 4 different types of M-48. So the original M-48, which is what we have here, is going to be stamped as such, M-48. These were manufactured between 1950 and 1952. So 2 years of manufacturing for the M-48. Before the Yugoslavians realized that, it was expensive to make this rifle out of all milled parts. These rifles are known for being just of exceptional build quality. And this one here is no exception. Yugoslavians then realized it was an expensive practice. Obviously, they needed to cut costs, just like anybody else, in a long-term manufacturing type environment. So the second model of M-48 would be the M-48A. What they did with the M-48A is the bottom of the magazine assembly here, and the trigger guard would be of stamped metal. Just like if you've ever seen any of the older K98 German rifles or the Yugo rebuilds, the M98s that have any of the stamped receiver parts, that's what the M48A would have. Now, after the A came the M48B. The M48B not only had the stamped furniture down here at the bottom, the trigger guard and the bottom of the magazine, but it also had these stamp bands here in the front. So they continued to make the process a little more affordable. And then there was the M48BO, and the BO had all the stamped parts that were mentioned here. And the receiver on the BO would have had no crest. It would have been just a blank receiver head here. That was because the BOs were for export. So that's how you can tell what type of rifle you had. Now keep in mind, the M48Bs still had the designation of an A up here, but how you know you have a B is you have the additional stamped components on the rifle. They never went back and put a B, but it is the M48B with all the stamped parts. If you look on this side of the receiver, you'll see the script for Factory 44 on this side, which later became the Zastava plant. They still had that plant, but they didn't have all the equipment they needed until the Germans started paying their reparations for World War II to Yugoslavia. And then they were able to get the equipment, which led to the manufacture of the M48, which was a total proprietary weapon manufactured in Yugoslavia of Yugoslav design, heavily leaning on the K98 design, but a design of their own nonetheless. Prior to that, they used the Czechoslovakian VZ-24s. They had a bunch of German-captured K98s after the war, which they refurbed, and those became the Yugoslavian M98s, which is just a German K98, totally serial numbered with the Yugoslav serial numbers, Yugoslav crest, and refurbed by the Yugoslavs with parts that were left in Yugoslavia by the Germans at the end of World War II. And then there was a transition to not only the M98, but the M2447, which was an upgraded VZ-24. So they had a lot of different weapon systems going on, very, very similar, very familiar feel to them, but using parts from the past. And that's what led to, once they had the proper equipment in place in the Zastava factory, or the Factory 44, they were able to tool and get the system up and running, and they were able to start manufacturing these Zastava M48. So I know that was a lot of information thrown out at once, but that's where we're at right now. And then after the M48s, they transitioned to the Yugoslav SKSs, and then the M-70 AK platform and so on and so forth. Just a really good looking rifle there. So what we'll do is I'll probably put some linseed, boiled linseed oil on this, a couple coats over the next couple days. It doesn't look too dry, which is a good thing, but maybe a coat or two on here would make a difference. But overall, I'm very happy with the purchase. $535 for a Woodstock surplus rifle from somewhere between 1950 and 1952. You know, shoot, you can't beat that. So this is TOW2 Bravo. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the unboxing. I look forward to getting the rifle out to the range, talking about it a little more, maybe going into a little more depth as far as some of the markings in a later video. But I appreciate you watching. Like, subscribe. Please subscribe. Times are tough here on YouTube, and every subscriber helps. Leave comments on anything that I may have had that was inaccurate. I tried to do a solid bit of research prior to making the video, so I wanted to be as accurate as I possibly could. If there's anything that I fell short on, please let me know. And until I see you out at the range again, thank you very much for watching.